Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now. Where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'm in a walking place. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you want to see us live at WGPL 1350 Studio, WMVA 88.9 Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listener.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
You can like it, you can share it, you can subscribe it. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel at Cristo Records 1, CRISTO, and the newest channel, FYI Radio Show host, Yolanda Hinton. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we promise right now we'll shout you out.
Shout them out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Mr. E, it's Fun Friday.
That's right. That's right. Today is the Friday. I just got paid.
Mr. E, you promised us a corny joke. Where is it?
Well, here it is. You ready for it? Here it is. Well, a squirrel runs across the street.
No. Okay, look. I tell you what, Mr. E, we're going to come back to your corny joke.
Well, a squirrel runs across the street.
Let's welcome our sponsors too, and that is Bulvic Academy, BULVIC. Actually, you can go and visit the website, www.bulvicacademy.com, BULVIC. I tell you what, you can go and find out more about our anti-bullying rally coming up October the 12th, our community against bullying, a call to action now.
Yeah, y'all.
Also, beard gods, listen. Somebody said today, Mr. E, that beards are the love language or something like that. I said to myself, I better call my son, tell him to hashtag that and add the website www.beardgods.com, BEARDGODZ for all your beard needs, hair, shampoo, picks, hoodies, hats, vitamins, you name it. Visit that website, www.beardgods.com, and enjoy some wonderful, wonderful products.
That's right. Beard God is the new language. And those who love those beards, you know, they speak language to those who love beards.
Absolutely. So look, it's Fun Friday, Mr. E, and guess what we have?
That's right.
The
That's right.
current job list.
That's right. We got the current job listening. If you need a job, all you have to do is go down the corner, around the corner, down the street to the woods and get you a job. No.
I think so. It's so many. You should see the list is long.
That's right. If you need a job, go to Harry Teeter's, go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, go down and get you a job.
Absolutely.
Listen, NAMI is looking for an outreach and volunteer coordinator, and C. Wilder Scott.
Oh, I wanted to wave to them, shout them out. Oh, I used to have this position right here,
Okay.
the program facilitator. Mr. Go ahead.
C. Wilder Scott Center for Hope is looking for a program facilitator.
Absolutely.
Are you ready to go back to work with them?
I thought about it, but no, I don't think I have the time. Look, community engagement partnership at Suffolk Public Library. Go hurry up and check that out before it closes. Remote call center representative. The Christian Broadcasting Network need that position filled. Also, they need a remote bilingual call center representative. I used to do that too, man.
Okay.
And they need two of those full-time and part-time, Ms. Steve.
The Senior Service of Southeastern Virginia is at $40.50 an hour. Is looking
that's
for
the salary of $40,000.
$40,000. Oh, yeah, that's right, 40,504. Looking for a benefit counselor.
Yeah.
And they are the Homeless for Old Adult program for the Senior Service of Southeastern Virginia is also looking for a case manager. They need a community health coordinator, a veteran director of care, option counselor. They need a driver part-time and full-time in Virginia, and they need a driver part-time in Franklin, Virginia.
All right, they got some nice coins attached.
That's
to
right, $15 an hour.
The
and all
one
that.
South Eastern Virginia, $44,645 for the case manager. The senior services community health coordinator, they are paying them $17.50 an hour. Then you have the veteran directed care option counselor, which can yield $43,239. The part-time driver for the organization, $15 an hour. You all better check that out. Also, the senior director of development that's needed for the YMCA, along with program director at Camp Room. Also, we have regional development officer, Make-A-Wish, Greater Virginia. They need that regional development officer position filled, Mr. E.
Soundscape looking for a grant coordinator, museum for Cherokee Island.
Chickaleague Island.
Yeah, that's over in the Eastern Shore. They're looking for a museum executive director. The Marina Museum is looking for a science educator.
All right, Hampton Roads Community Foundation. They've been around for quite some time. Donor relationship manager is needed. They also need an associate vice president for grant making, outreach administrator for Wings of American Scholarship Foundation, and Mercy Medical Angels need a development associate.
Suffolk CAPS is looking for a stand for Coalition Against Poverty in Suffolk. They're looking for a director. They're looking for a church night shelter facility.
Okay, we have Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast again. Membership recruiter in the peninsula is needed. We have Autism Society of Central Virginia, director of development needed, and we have 10 positions at the Virginia Living Museum.
And the Chesapeake Humane Society is looking for a volunteer coordinator. The Elizabeth River Project is looking for a deputy director. Nauticus Foundation is looking for an operational manager.
All right, the Jewish Family Service of Tidewater, they need a guardian representative. They also need a clinical social worker. The Catholic Charities of Eastern Virginia, they need a guardianship case manager. And they need a parent support mentor, along with licensed professional counselor and school counselor.
For kids are looking for eviction prevention specialists. and a special event coordinator, intake specialist, and a maintenance technician.
All right, Suffolk Public Library, they need a library associate part-time. EDMARC, I believe it's Edmark. They need a major gifts officer. We have Elizabeth River Project, youth resilience educator, Norfolk Public Library, digital graphic design associate, and Norfolk Public Library need a community outreach and program assistant.
That's right. Get a job. That's all you need. All you have to do is go down and find out, jot it down, go to our Facebook page, our web page, and you can see that you can get a job.
Absolutely. They're already posted. You can go to LinkedIn as well and get the link and go and find you a job. If you don't need one, pass it on to someone else. You know, there are folk out here still rearing their head and reeling after this pandemic, even though we're post-pandemic. Hey, COVID is still here. I just got the tea on that from a nurse in the Baltimore area. So y'all be careful with this COVID thing. It's kind of like rearing its head again.
Okay, cool.
But, you know, people need a job still after, and they still trying to, you know, make sure they get their bearings and get their businesses up and popping. So things are looking better.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right.
That's right. That is so true.
The E, so much happening. This is the summertime. Mr. E, you enjoying your summertime?
I'm enjoying summer. I'm enjoying the weather. I'm enjoying the weather. The weather is on point. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I love it. Have you gone fishing yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
I got
to get the fish in my fishing rods are in my car.
Oh, well, I tell you what, have a good time because I'm sure enjoying my summer. I love the weather and everything. But today it's Fun Friday. What's in your closet? And we usually do issues concerning women, but guess what we're going to do today, Mr. E? Movie review.
That's right. We do movie review, and one of the writers that we're revealing today is none other than Mr. Tyler Perry.
Divorce in the Black.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, a movie I recommend folks seeing, but it is really based around issues concerning women, which is domestic violence.
That's right. It's dealing with domestic violence, and it's dealing with two different cultures also. It's dealing with bullying is out there as a part of this movie, and domestic. And once a person get to the point, get fed up, you know, you got a dangerous person.
All right. This is Tyler Perry made this announcement about his new movie. With Amazon. I was surprised to see it on Amazon. First of all, you know, everything goes usually to Netflix, but Amazon Prime has this movie. It's Black, White, and Blue. Tyler Perry shared his project as a part of a 4-movie deal, a drama called Divorce in the Black, and it's written by Tyler Perry, who will also direct and produce it. The film is set to star Megan Good, Corey Hadrick, Joseph Lee Anderson, Taylor Polito, Shannon Wallace, Richard Lawson, Debbie Morgan. She's a favorite. I love her as an actor. In addition to Perry's producing, it includes Tyler Perry Studios, which is nothing but the truth. I can't wait to go and tour his studio. And Angie Bones and Will Aru, as well as Diane Ashford. Divorce in the Black tells the story of Ava, a young bank professional who is devastated when her husband, Dallas, abandons a marriage she is determined to fight for. However, fate intervenes, reveals Dallas' wicked deeds that have trashed their marriage and once upon a time sabotaged Ava's destiny to be loved by her true soulmate.
You know, when we look at this, it's more to the story than what it tells. You got to really look at the, movie, because you find the true, you find love. You really thought that you was in love, but really you find love after drama.
The thing about it is she was definitely a dedicated young lady.
Yeah.
She was brought up to be a good young lady. She was brought up in the church. She was brought up to, be passionate and caring and work hard and serve your husband type thing. And she did not, for some reason now, Missy, didn't make the best pick in the whole wide world.
You know
And
what?
why was that?
Daddy, sometimes family members will tell you about who you should not marry and what you
Uh-huh.
should not marry. And sometimes when you tell them, they don't take heed to what you say.
Right.
You go in the right direction. You see something in them that they don't see. All they wanted was, and when you look at this movie yourself, you see the bad boy figure. A lot of women want that bad boy, don't want to do nothing, kind of fella. And so, what is happening in this movie, I like, was that she made the wrong choice. She made the wrong decision because her soulmate he also made the wrong decision also in life.
Well, I guess it was her soulmate, but let's look at Corey, which is his name is Corey Hadrick. You all know him. He was actually married to one of the twins, Tia and Tamara, that are actors and hosts and business women. He's married to one of those. Was married to one of those young ladies, and he plays the part of of one of the people in the film, Dallas. He plays Dallas. And
Dallas.
Dallas, this is the thing. We're not going to
Bad
tell
boy.
you everything about it. We don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't looked at it. But we're just kind of looking at the relationship. And like I said, the crust of it, the whole thing is based around domestic violence. So it's not just she picked him a bad boy. He came from a bad boy
That's
family.
right.
Now,
That's right. The town knew about it.
she came from
A
a
good family.
good family,
Yeah.
a family that taught morals and taught her
Yeah.
how to really care and love her spouse as she got married and things like that. But he was the opposite. When you all see it, we're not going to tell you about everything, but when you see it, you'll understand that we're not just talking about family that make mistakes. We're talking about some terrible things that have gone on in this particular family.
Miss Hinton, when I began to look at this movie, I said to myself, what is this all about? When you saw it, that town knew. There was a little small town, and they had more troubles in that small town
With
from that one family.
Yes.
From that one family, they had more troubles. And, while you in school or going to high school, going to that only school, everybody knows your business. They know exactly
It's a small town,
what
yes.
it's all about. And so when I looked at it and I saw how really bad and the family was, any two time, Miss Hinton, you can go to one of the funerals. I'm not going to say no more. Any two time, you can go that route and don't care about nothing.
I tell you, cut up at the funeral and things like that. But he was from a family that was real. They
Gangsta.
were radical. They were gangster.
Hardcore.
And the thing about
family.
it, did you see the dynamic in it where the older ones, always directed him what to do, how to do it, and it was never really good choices.
That's right. That's right. And it was never good choices on what they did and how they did it. It was just, hey, look, we got your back and we'll fight our way out of this.
So can you imagine, the dynamic of good and evil coming together? Here she is, squeaky clean. Mom has taught her great ethics, work ethic. She had a great position. They had
That's
beautiful
right.
homes.
That's right.
And they had, the positions and things like that. And it just did not pan out because guess what? Somebody didn't look deep enough. Because guess what? It was right before your very eyes. That family
That's
didn't
right.
just get like that overnight, Mr.
That's
E.
right. They've been like that for a long time. But here's the key kicker part to that. You can't take what that little slogan they said. You can't take a child out of the hood. You can't take the ghetto out of the child. He'll take that ghetto feeling would go with a person. That bad boy habit would go with a person for the rest of one's life because he has, he got to make a change.
Another thing, ladies, this is issues concerning women. All right, we're talking about domestic violence, but we're also talking about women. Stop trying to think you gonna get these men and change them.
That's right.
They are
That's
what
right.
they are, and it's up to them to change. Hopefully,
That's right.
you are that influence,
That could
the
help.
better
That's
influence. It never turned out like that though. She was a squeaky clean, beautiful woman, young lady, but she could never get him to change, although she tried. Sisters out there, you want to sit back and try to get a man and then change him. That is not the best thing to do unless he turns his life around, unless he makes a change. Then you'll see him, being a better man.
And then
All
And then
good.
you gotta want to change too.
Yeah.
When you look at your surroundings, where you come from, you know that you didn't come from the best upbringing there was. You lived a life that was not pleasing. It was just swamp style living, country style
It
living,
was
and
country.
you
That's
really
right.
going to the great big city, and you want to change. You gotta want to change. You want to keep that same mentality every day of one's life, like I'm Billy Bad Butt and I'm here in this great big city, lost it all outdoors. In this movie, and I want to say to Tyler Perry that in this movie that no police officer but in the country was involved.
That's how gangster they were, Mr. E.
No.
They took control over the town through violence and all kind of things. And so, of course, you had the sheriffs and police very, very afraid of
That's
this
right.
family. Now, listen to this: the matriarch. Woo! The matriarch was instrumental in the way the family dynamic went. She was nothing but a gangster herself.
That's right. Mama was a gangster. The boys was a gangster. There was no daddy in this, in this
Yes.
house, but they was all gangster.
Brothers,
No
yes.
respect for mama. Mama was just a total hood rat. I mean, a total gangster, and didn't mind let everybody know that, and didn't want no help from nobody because they wore their feelings on their sleeve. When you're looking at folks who come from out of the hood or come from down at the bottom, some of them have been hurt all their lives, and some of them wear their feelings on their sleeve. They just like a sponge. You touch them and they go off to the left. Their problems are right there. You can't say anything before they go to defense mode. When they go to defense mode, because they've been criticized all their lives. So mama was a gangster. The boys, and she was raising boys. She was raising boys, and thank God they were backwood boys, because one went to jail, and then the rest of them would have been on their way to jail.
Now, Mr. E made a good point in the fact that you can tell your children that's not the one,
right?
But they find out for themselves the hard way. But I would recommend to women to look deep and take your time. Women have a habit, Mr. E, of falling quick. Somebody look at them, they ready to, let's move in. Ladies, I'm telling you, first you see the outward appearance. Next, you got to go deeper and see who this person is. Is this somebody that you can live with? Is this somebody that got character? Is this somebody that is productive? Is this somebody that loves their mom and dad and love God? You've got to figure out first what this is. And vice versa.
That's right.
Men, the same thing, but this is issues concerning women. So women, you cannot jump too quick in these relationships. You find out the hard way sometimes that this man ain't for you.
Miss Hinton, and also listen to what your parents are saying to you.
Ooh.
Don't get to the point where you get so fast that you want to jump out there, and you want to jump out there because of this and this problem that you may be experiencing. Make sure that when you jump out there, that you're listening to all the help in the world that can help you. See, we have a tendency of not listening to people, but we listen to everybody else.
Well, we don't listen to people sometimes when it comes to matters of the heart. People want to find out for themselves. Hey, I don't want you telling me this man ain't for me when I'm head over heels. This man fine and this woman fine. and I want to find out myself what they're made of. And there's nothing wrong with you trying to find out what people are made of, but you have to be aware that we are all both good and evil.
That's right.
So wherein we may paint a wonderful picture from the start, the things that are in us that are not the greatest things or the greatest assets are definitely going to come out. You got to find out whether or not you can put up with some of these folks' mess. Some people can put up with anything. They can put up with gangsters, murderers, liars, cheaters, and they sit right there. Abusers, folks that bust them upside the head. Some people don't have no boundaries and they don't mind living that life. But I'm telling you, if you really want a good relationship, you're going to have to make sure that you are looking into the eyes and in the soul of these folk and finding out who they are. Mr. E, I want to ask you some questions. What did you think about the storyline?
I think the storyline was a great storyline. When I looked at the storyline, because there's so many folks that are out here today that are making wrong choices.
Yes.
You got to know the product. It's just like buying a pair of shoes or buying a car. You got to examine that product first before you even purchase that product.
Absolutely. Tell us how did you rate the movie?
Well, I rate the movie as
scale of 1 to 10.
I give it a 6.
Okay, tell me what you think was the best part.
I think the best part of it is when you come to your senses. When you come to your senses at the tail end, she came to her senses. When you come to realization, you did not allow anybody to tell you this. You didn't take nobody else's word for what you have to come to your senses yourself. Enough is enough. And then it may take you some 20, 30 years or 15 years. She was 30 years old and when she came to her senses that this was not for me.
I tell you what was the worst part for me are the bystanders.
Yeah.
You got too many people sometimes in
your
situation, not in your business. I'm not saying not in your business, in not doing anything about it. Now, this young man, Dallas, had a best friend who sat back and couldn't reach him. And not that he has power to, change this guy, but he just sometimes they just, they were so they wasn't proactive in trying to, get in the situation. Everybody looked, the police, everybody was so afraid. Everybody was scared of the bully. Wouldn't nobody do anything about it. This movie turned tragic at the end.
Yeah.
But you had so many people in this movie that sat back and waited till it got to its worst. And it definitely did. That was the worst part of it for me. The best part of it was that, she realized herself. She realized that she needed to love on herself. Mm-hmm. That's another problem. Women, a lot of times women, Mr. E, have a hard time loving themselves. And so they take the abuse. They take people treating them like a dog. But when you know who you are, honey, you will put up that boundary and you say, look, you ain't going to treat me like that. Not in this life.
I want to step back one time before Ms. Hinton, go back just a second, where you was talking about the friend, his best friend, but they knew each other. They grew up in the same environment. The friend was known as a bully. The friend wasn't a bully, but Dallas was a bully.
Not the friend.
And the friend, he said, okay, I got boundaries. Listen, I'm not gonna step out of my who I am because you could fight.
Absolutely. So to me, the movie, like I said, turned tragic. Whether you all think that's good or not, I'm not sure. But we want you to check it out. I'm gonna give it about a 7, and I'm gonna give it an 8. And I'm telling you, I would give it more, but guess what? Sometimes movies, and this particular movie was slow moving. I do not like slow moving movies. Every little thing is there. Everything is let's get to the meat, not the climax, or let's not get to the the height of it. But let's move it on where it doesn't seem like you want to go to sleep.
And another thing, there was not too many folks involved. The courts was not involved. There was no
Yeah.
lawyers that was involved, but one lawyer
Police,
for the divorce. You
they were
know,
scared.
they were scared even,
Yes.
and the city police, not the country police, but the city police. And not only that, it took them an hour. This is what blew my mind. They took an hour. Tyler Perry took an hour drive and made it a 10-second drive.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, that's our review on Tyler Perry's Divorce in Black. Make sure you all come over here. We're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to make sure that you all understand that, hey, we can live a better life, ladies. Domestic violence is something that we can deal with and get help for. So look, come over here for a little while. Be blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
For the past 15 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. I'm Eerette, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9 Peace, 95.3 WPCE 1400. If you'd like to be a special guest, a sponsor, or intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. And again, don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye now.
All right, all right. Look, don't forget, make it all right. Wherever you can download music by Yolanda Hinton, newest single. Make sure you get it. Tell people about it, and just embrace the message that he always, Mr. E,
You know,
makes it all right.
I want to make it back to. I want to make it all right because she made it all right in the movie. She made it all right.
Yeah.
She took that shotgun and made it all okay. And made it all right. You know, I mean, that's one of the things I want to see. I want to say in that movie that was no protection whatsoever. That was no, you know, that the city, the destination. When I look at it, they was in the ghetto. They was in the hood. They was in the country. And the boys stayed in the country, and she was in ATL.
She was definitely in high class.
That's right. She was, and because she worked at this big old bank, and so the distance, one time or another, it would take them a long time to get to where she was at. But then again, it won't number an hour drive from where she was, and it's short enough. But when you got troubles in your city, and you getting your head bashed in, ladies, and that joker done went from being your soulmate, your man, and started putting knots upside your head, throwing you across the room, pulling out a gun on you. It's time for you to grow some sense. It's time for you to get yourself together, and you got to let somebody know, I'm living in trauma. I'm living in a situation that's not up to my expectation. Why in the world, I just want to ask that question. Why in the world would a woman take a man that done almost killed them?
Mr. E, they say it's easier said than done.
What do they have on
easier said than done when women are in situations. It's the manner of the heart. And people will forgive. You know, this is the thing. It's from what I understand, it is a process of, you know, okay, we get married, we're in love, we're in the honeymoon stage, and then all of a sudden something happens, it triggers, and then domestic violence take place. All right, that person said, well, you know, that was a one-time shot. I'm sorry, forgive. And the woman is in love, and she said, okay, I'll forgive you this time. All right, life goes on for a few more months, and there it is again. Boom. Bust upside it. Oh, let me bring you the diamond. Let me bring you the fur. And the woman said, oh, he really loves me. And honey, it's a cycle. Cycle. Some women never get it because some women are dead right now because of that cycle of them of being abused, and then the forgiveness, abuse, forgiveness, forgiveness. We'll work it out. Let's do better. Let's go counseling. And all of a sudden, a woman will find herself in the grave, honey,
That's right. Oh, man.
because she has continued to be in this, what you call it.
You know,
So it's easier said than done. Some women don't know how to get out. They are threatened. Some men will hunt a woman down. It's over. But he, just like this young man,
That's
he
right.
will hunt, stalk, and do all kind of things, and don't know how to take no and rejection for an answer.
You are a woman. You are a woman. What happens when you don't know how to reject a person? When you have, you know that this cat is really putting you through turmoil. Why? What makes a woman holds on to that virus?
I guess she's in love. It got to be love, or either it could be security. He may be providing everything. He may be that type of person. He could be a good father. He could be a man that got money, or he could be a man of influence. He could be a man that is just a gangster. And they say some women like a roughneck, and she's is appealing to her, his lifestyle and ways. This young man, Dallas, appealed to this woman for some reason.
When she
knew about the Thug family, right?
And when she come from a good start, and she went to high school, got a career in front of her, and she knew everybody in the town was afraid of those boys. Those boys can go into the grocery store and fuss folk out, knock stuff down, and nobody would say anything to them. When they see them coming in, they know, get your gun together, get your rifle together, because here come that certain family. And when you know that's bad news, you dealing with a family that's bad news, then all of a sudden you allow him into your world. And when you let him into your world, it's trouble on every side. I know folks who are like that allow folks who are bad boys to be into their world, that almost killed them. I mean, that almost took their life. But after they done got rid of them for a season, then they let them back in there again. And when you go to sleep at night, ladies, I know sometimes you can see the scars, the battle scars. Something ought to click in your head, and look at how they done tore your face up, mess your brains up, cut you all up, beat you all up, threatening your lifestyle, and pull guns out on you, had you go to jail. You done did all of those things, and you call that love? I don't think so.
It is spooky. But then you have things like alcohol and drugs, and then the gangster life, bad influences, somebody's in your head, and not only that, not listening to the truth. Some people don't want the truth, can't hear the truth. And you can't get into the mind and the heart of that person when they believe something different. They have a barrier to the truth. And so even though his friend told him, this is wrong, the other people said, you can't do this, this is wrong, it was something inside of that head of his that did not even want to digest the truth. He went in his own way. He made up his own mind. It turned out very tragic for him. And
in this movie, there was no ties to them. They didn't have no children. Nope. It was either that he didn't have no money. He didn't work nowhere. He just lived the lifestyle.
Absolutely.
He drove a nice truck. He said something in this movie, Miss Hinton. Well, what I supposed to do for money?
Ooh.
What in the world that I supposed to do for money? What do I supposed to do for money? And because when he found out that what is he gonna do? What is that love? That's it. Somebody said it starts with the heart.
Chef Dennis, yes, he said it starts with the heart. And it's crazy. But Mr. E, did you see how his brothers treated him? His brothers treated him bad.
That's right. They came up. They was younger than he was, and
he was the youngest.
No, they was younger than him. The oldest brother had died, and he was next in line. It
Okay.
went down a stair step, and the brother said, and the youngest one said, even though you the older brother, you get in that car and let her drive.
He was telling him all kind of stuff
It cannot.
that was not good for the relationship. The mother, she had disdain for the young lady. It was just amazing. But uh, we would like for you all to go and check it out. It's on Prime, Amazon. You can see it. You can review it. You can let us know how you feel about it. You know, we gave you our ratings, our opinions, our reviews. And domestic violence is never right. And so this is an issue I'm sure that will come up. You know, some people uh, didn't favor 100% the movie. I don't know if it was because of domestic violence.
Right.
Some people felt like it was the same old song or the same old tune, like other Perry movies. As a matter of fact, Tyler Perry, Mr. E, is going to have some more movies out. He's set to deliver 2 additional
Right.
projects on Amazon. You can stay tuned and you can see, you know, all that he is going to do. So, Divorcing Black is the name of the movie that's on Amazon Prime, and you all can check that out. But stay tuned for more movies of Tyler Perry. You know, Tyler Perry do hit some now. Y'all got to tell it true. He does. He hits some hits. You know, he knocks them out in the park. But then there are some that some people don't favor because they say, "Oh, that's for this culture," or you know, that's too much like you know what our people do, or it's too stereotypical uh, and everything. Chef Dennis, what did you think about
He
the?
said, which
Uh,
movie?
he said, but he said he saw that movie. What did you think about it? What do you rate it? And so we're going to be rating other movies, Mr. E. We're going to be talking about books. If you all are authors or movie lovers, you know, let us know so we can definitely, you know, get you up here to talk about it or call in and tell us your opinion about some of the reviews that we have. We want to review some good food too, Mr. E. Some good food. As a matter of fact, look, there's this weekend. Uh, Mr. Dean, J.L. Dean Productions has a wonderful play out called Reflection. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Check him out. You can see Mel, M-E-L, M-E-L on Facebook. Click it, and you can get the information on how you can see the not the movie, but the stage play Reflection. I want to shout my daughter out because she's in it. And all you all that are going to be acting starting tonight, we wish you all the best.
That's right. That's right. We want to wish you all the very, very best.
Chef Dennis said he gives it a 5. Is what was it that you didn't like about it? Because 5 is just in the middle. You know, it ain't all. Is that you know? We were a little more generous with Chef. Why do you give it a 5? And we want to say Sheila Robbins, good morning. All you all that are on Instagram, we have _DJ Band up here. And thank you so much for sharing with us. Philip Plump, how are you up here? Did you see the movie Divorce in the Black? Let us know if you did. Let us know what you rate it. But anyway, we're so glad that we can be here with you all today on Fun Friday. Make sure you visit our sponsors, Bulvic Academy, BULVIC Academy.com. Don't forget, guys, go to beardgods.com, BEARDGODZ.com, beardgods.com. Check out our sponsors. Don't forget also, meet us back here on Monday. We're going to have sports talk, Mr. E. Going to talk about his girls in the WNBA. You know, he got favorites, you know. He got some favorites. We're going to talk about them. We're going to enjoy those. So you all make sure you look at the game and everything. And just make sure if you'd like to be a sponsor, intern, or special guest with FY Radio Show, that you do that. Mr. E, before we go, do we have any tea to stir?
Well, Miss Hinton, we got a lot of tea that we could serve. When we look at what's going on, we find that in a couple of days, President Joe Biden. We can talk about Terrell Davis if you like.
Oh my goodness.
The flight attendant on Terrell Davis Terrell Davis said that he tapped the flight attendant for some ice. His son wanted some ice and end up in handcuffs at
Yes,
the John
that was
Wayne
terrible.
Airport.
We're going to talk about that more on Monday, actually, on our sports talk, on our breaking news. But Chef Dennis said because he thinks it was a little over the top and it was low budget. I heard that low budget thing before too.
Yeah, see, but when you look at that, movie like that, I'm trying to see, what he tried to point out. What was
Uh-huh.
Tyler Perry saying in that movie? Is it something? When I look at movies of that nature, I ask myself the question: did he have that kind of relationship that causes him to really go to the left? Sometimes when you in a relationship, it causes you to really go to the left, and you telling of your experience. See,
Yeah.
one thing about this whole thing in a nutshell, this lady has to be a nut,
Okay, tell me why you say that.
because you're not listening to nobody, for one. You're not listening to what your parents say. You was a high school graduate. You ran track, the whole 9 yards, and he wasn't your kind of person.
Mhm.
The kind of person that you were dealing with, you overlooked that person,
Uh-huh.
and then that person really wanted you, and he got beat up for you in that movie. And but you grew up, see,
Yes.
but when you look at a family and you trying to take a man out of the ghetto, out of and
Yes.
make him
Yes.
and change him, you can't do it.
I'm
We got to understand that we cannot change folk. It takes Jesus, God's only Son. You just got to live the life before them, and maybe they come around. This guy was a codependent fella.
Yes.
He depended on her.
Absolutely.
And see, when you're codependent and you depend on somebody else to pull you through, then when you get out there, you ain't got nothing for yourself. You have no accountability for yourself. All you got is somebody that you can lean on, who has spoiled you, have taken you,
Wow.
and have not taught you anything, and you have not become who you're supposed to be.
Absolutely. So you all check it out, and there are lots more movies up there on those platforms. We will be going through those during our summer fun segments, and we're going to be doing book reviews and things like that too as well. So listen, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Miss Lee's going to tell you how you can be a sponsor, special guest, or intern with FYI Radio Show.
If you'd like to be a sponsor, special guest, or intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. And when you inbox us, just leave us your information there. Or if you want, you can call us at 757-714-7861. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a wonderful time. You all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Join us back here for Sports Talk. Don't forget to look at some of the WNBA games. We're going to be talking about that and sports news coming up. Summer fun, of course, and what's under the hat, what's in your closet, issues concerning men and women, serving dat tea. I know we got to serve some more tea. We'll be serving more tea than we've been serving. And we're going to just listen to hear from you all. Miss Crystal Hinton, look, we are looking to see this wonderful, wonderful stage play. We just announced it, Reflections. My daughter's in it. It's J.L. Dean Production. It starts Friday through Sunday. You all check it out. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Just before we let everybody go, just remember they said in the next 3 days, and this was behind the curtain, that the top Democrats believe that Biden will sit down.
Look at Mr. Allen Ellis. Take a look. Mr. Allen Ellis, we got to talk to him. He has a trip to the Bahamas, June 2025. I want to go. I want FY to go. I want us to have a few of our listeners to join us as well. And so, Alan, you got to come on and tell us a little bit more what's going on and what has inspired this wonderful, wonderful trip to the Bahamas. So, look, you all be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
2 up, 2 down. If you'd like to be a special guest sponsor, give us a call at 757-714-7861.
Alan said, Mr. E is serving. Look, love to the family, Alan, and love to you all. Have a wonderful